phone so I can see if it starts. Ooh, it says we are live.
Live,
Ah,
and now I like freeze
hello.
up. Like,
Hello, friends.
howdy.
Yay. All right. So, are we live? I think we are. Hello, everyone. So hopefully Shannon's there. Shannon was like, well, I'm going to set up the alarm, so I'm there. So hopefully she's going to be there. Yeah. Hi, Julia.
Hi, Marina. Speaking of Shannon, real quick, like we have to wait until she like shows her face, but I do want to talk about how badass she was, like
Yes.
working the pin
Can't
show.
talk about her, behind her back. So what we
Yeah,
can.
or we'll talk about her and she'll appear. Like,
Oh, hello.
Galen, well, see,
There you go. Shannon's here. Hi, Shannon.
speak of the devil.
We
So what
did
we
the
were
right
saying,
thing.
Shannon, was that you're a superhero working the show at the Estabrook table because it was bananas.
Yeah.
And sometimes it was just her and one other person I saw. And I was like, bless you.
Yeah, I think it was Brian I saw a couple of times, and then someone else was there. But it was so crowded, like I didn't even stop. And I was like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Shannon. Hi, friends. Yay.
Past Amy in the house and present Amy.
I know that's what makes her present Amy. I love that. All right. Thank you for joining me.
No problem. Yeah, I'm excited to debrief on the San Francisco Pin Show. I feel like I'm still recovering. I know it's been it's been a week now. It's crazy. It feels like I just got back and I'm still catching up on sleep. So it was funny. Just you get back and you're just like right into life. I mean, luckily we had that had Labor Day to kind of catch up, but yeah, you're just dumped right back into everyday life when you're just like in this bubble for a weekend. And yeah.
Yeah, me too. Shannon, me too. I had no idea some vendors were there, and I'm like, I never saw them.
I always, when people say I've gone to a pin show and I didn't see everything or I didn't like know that people were there before, I was like, how is that possible? Like, you have 3 days. But no, it is possible when it's a show like this one. Like, I feel like I did not even get through the whole ballroom. Like, yikes. Galena,
Hello.
FFA.
So, Galena and you were literally two first people I saw when I arrived. And it's funny because you guys don't know that, but you were literally the first two people because I arrived and I was talking to someone on Instagram and I was like, "Where are you guys doing tonight?" And they're like, "Oh, we're having a dinner there and there." And I was like, "Okay, I'll be there in 10." And so I'm like walking into the venue and then you were eating together. And that's short
And then it
story.
started.
That's why you're here.
Oh
Oh,
yeah, yeah, at the like lobster
lobster.
place. Yeah.
Who knew they had the good lobster there?
I was like, okay, I guess this does make sense.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Oh, we miss you too.
Yay. Yeah, I feel like the vendors, like some tables at some point it got, well, at multiple points, it got so busy where it was just like you would just be walking by tables and it's just like, I'll be back later or I'll be back around because you couldn't see a thing on the tables.
And there was some really intense places where what? Trailers Company, which we are not surprised it was intense in there.
Right. I
So that
didn't.
was intense. The other place I didn't know I was not in the known existed was the pinky elephant. That was a lot.
Yeah, and I know of them, I knew of them, but I did not know that they had that type of following where it was just like, you guys, lines out the room, then like snaked around this other room, and they had a person with a sign that was like, end of the line for Pinky Elephant, which is kind of morbid now that I think about it, but like end of the line. So yeah. And then some places you had to take numbers like DMV style.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And
It
the
was,
Mugo box was very popular.
but yeah, they had areas or like times of chill though, which was nice. Um, yeah, and then the Kobe ink table, that was really cool. They kind of had like an ink bar set up and you could like mix and match, pick your own little samples of inks. That was really fun. Yeah.
Oh, Shannon. And then Julia was very popular too. So
Who
and
was?
you were popular. You're also very tall. So like whenever you're in the room, like we could see you. I think that was the first thing I said when I saw you and you like stood up to give me a hug and I was like, "Oh, you're so tall." Like
Yeah.
not, you don't know how people are in real life until you meet
Right.
them.
Yeah, and I don't I mean, it's not something you mention to people like, "Hey, by the way, I'm really tall." So yeah, it is kind of a shocker. I got that a few times. It was like, "Hey."
Oh yeah, Shannon. That's what happened to me. So I waited to consider ink from Bungo Box, and I went back, and it's like it's fine. If I don't get it, I don't get it. And they had maybe 3 inks left on Sunday.
Oh, wow. What ink were you looking for?
Something mahogany piano, something
Hmm.
of that sort. It was a music instrument in mahogany, so that's what I remember.
Sounds like a beautiful brown. There was a chocolate brown. I took a screenshot of it before I left for San Francisco, but then I forgot that I took the screenshot and then forgot to look for it. But it's like Jinjume, sorry, gold, a premium Chinese black tea. It's inspired by, but it's a very pretty. I don't know if that's. Oh
Hmm.
wait, this is the camera now.
It kind of looks like one of the Mont Blanc. What is it? They had one of those. Robert Louis Stevenson, I think. It
Mm.
looks a little similar. Is that yeah, warmish, lighter yellow brown, I think. Yeah, you and me
I
both.
wanted that
Shannon.
one too.
Everyone wanted that one. When I stopped by the first day, I overheard the guy saying that that's their most popular ink there is.
Huh.
So it just goes really
Of course.
fast.
I
And
always want to think that you had like, I have a taste, like special taste. Maybe no one will want this one. Of course, it's always the one that everyone wants,
and
right?
then what I was thinking is because they had a disclaimer, at least Bungo Box, but I think other Japanese vendors would you pay tariff. They started like charging tariff too,
Yeah,
which was interesting. I was like, well, for sure there's going to be more left because maybe people are not going to be inclined buying it. And no,
right.
it
Yeah.
didn't stop people.
Is that, do you know, is that typical to chart, like, even though you're in said country to charge?
I was surprised. So my thinking was that maybe they just send their stuff ahead of time and they had to pay and they're basically yeah,
Recouping. Okay. Yeah.
that's
Okay.
that was what I thought because I was also taken back a little bit and was like, huh, but you're not sending things to me. I'm buying from you. But
Yeah.
but it's also like they only come to this show from what I understand. So they probably did send it in or something.
Mm. Yeah, that makes sense. That I feel okay with considering. but Corolla.
Carola was the first person I talked to when I arrived. And
Whoa.
she's like, we're at the lobster place. And,
Their place.
and
Yeah,
that's
I was
when I met
very go for it.
no, and that's when I met you. And then Carola was the one that introduced me to the most wonderful Bart, who also might stop by.
The crew is so good. I was so excited to meet you because I never met you in person. And then Corolla was someone else that I was super excited to meet because I hadn't met her in person. And I was like, she just seems like the sweetest, like meek, kind person ever. And she is sweet and all of that, but she is not quiet and meek. Like she's hilarious and very outgoing and stuff. And so super excited to meet her. Oh yeah, and Bart. Bart's wild and wacky.
Well, hello. Do you mean Ben from
Mayfair?
Yeah. Is that the
Mayfair
Ben you're
Ben?
talking about? Let us know. What Ben?
There's a lot of Bens.
Yeah, no, same. Carola is the one person I really wanted to meet. I mean, we didn't end up hanging out as much. Somehow I ended up hanging out with you a lot more. But it was fun. I think you do it for the people. Like, I get it now, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It was, yeah, there were some times where the show was open. I was like, I'd rather sit here, melt with my food and my people.
Oh, Ben Camper. Yes, but very briefly. And he did not recognize me because at some point it was so crowded. I was wearing a mask and I just stopped by him. And he's like, who are you? And I'm like, it's me. So yes. No, he's fun. Did you end up hanging out with him at all, Julia?
No, I don't think so.
Well, he might get on here at some point, so we'll see what he says.
Fun.
Yes.
And then
Yeah.
Shannon as well saying that she was talking to Corolla and then was like, oh wait, we never met in person. I feel like that happens a lot too because you talk to people and just see them in these chat rooms and stuff so often that you forget that like, hey, we're internet friends and this is the first time we're meeting.
And we've done a thing with you. You were in our desk chatter, I think, once. And I don't remember if we've done the coffee date on Alexandra's channel. We might have.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, I think so. Is that the early morning one?
Saturday morning and like 5-6 people. It's like the big panel.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think because Shannon was on there and Drew, Annabelle. Yeah, it was the maybe the hot dog episode.
Which Drew did not recognize me, which is also funny. I was wearing a mask too, so I'm not tall, and people just don't recognize me.
You have to see your wallpaper behind you. You have to have like a little printout of the wallpaper, and
that's
it's
how
like,
they know me.
I'm always how like lovely it is there and cozy. No barkies. Of course, the doorbell rings and I'm like, oh no, dogs barking.
You're about to get abducted by the mailman.
I was hoping that she didn't recognize the doorbell sound since we're in a new house and it has a new sound. But apparently she does.
Oh, I love that though. They're so sweet. They're looking out for you.
Yeah.
So my dog follows me. I'm sorry for too much detail, but to the bathroom sometimes. And I read up on it, and apparently they kind of are tuned into like protecting us when they perceive us to be at the most vulnerable. So that's why
that when they go number 2 too, they're kind of looking around like, you got me? I had you in the bathroom.
Oh,
yeah.
yes. Yeah, I still haven't met Lau, and we talked after. There are like a bunch of people I didn't, because it's such a big show, and I think that's important to emphasize. It's huge. Like people don't understand how big it is. I didn't.
Yeah,
right?
same.
And so it's like so many people, and where we were able to meet and talk most was like after hours. So
Yeah, and even that was a little odd at this particular show because it was spread across 2 different hotels, and so you would go down to the lobby and be like, "I'm at the lobby," or, whatever, and like, "Me too," but they're in another hotel bar, and it's just crazy to think that they're turning up over there while you're doing the same over here, so I don't know. It's fun. You get options and more room to spread out, but yeah, so easy to not run into people as well.
yeah, I feel like maybe some people think I ignored them, but please don't feel that way. I just probably didn't see you, or I was like talking to someone, and like by the time like you're done talking to someone, you like turn around and the person is no longer there.
Yeah.
It, it is what it is. But I got to meet awesome people, new people, and you yourself included, quite a few pen makers. I didn't get to talk to everyone, but I didn't get to talk to Eric from Atelier Luso. He sold out pretty quickly, I think.
Yeah, I never saw his table, never saw him, which is just a tragedy because his stuff is so beautiful, and yeah, I didn't have a chance in the world to get one, I don't think, but
But this is why tip number one, you get the all like that early pass rate, all days pass, and then you're
yeah,
able to get in there like the first hours or the first day. And if you really want something, that's how you
yeah,
get.
for sure, yeah, and even that was a little busy, but it was kind of satisfying to, like, leave the all access and see the general mission, like, line wrapped around, and it's like, "Okay, okay, at least we're not in that." Shannon, he was there?
Shannon did not know. He was. There are other people that I'm just now realizing were there, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah. I did not lay eyes on the travelers table. I knew that they were there, but I was just like, "I don't know where they are."
I had pictures from the 9 a.m. on a Friday, and I was barely able to squeeze in. Like it was so bad at that point. But we all know travelers is borderline a cult, so
Right, right.
let's call what it is. It's a cult, but
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, no, that's kind of like I love them, but it's you really had to get like through a lot of people to get there. I ended up that's gonna bring me to what I got from them. Because I really wanted that insert, the California one.
Dang it, yeah.
And yeah, that's the one I got because they're sold out online, but I must have it. And I also got the little passport that I don't have on me, but I also got the extra insert.
Nice. Do you have the cover, the Love and Trip cover too?
Yeah, I got it.
Man, I like those in person more than I did online because when you open it and it's that bright red, it's like, "Ooh."
It's good red. It's so I've had the regular size for about a month, I think, month and a half. And I've traveled with it, and I actually kind of buffed it recently, and it really holds up greatly.
Nice.
So I decided I don't have a passport, so I was like, I'm gonna do a passport. And yeah, that's kind of why I went there in the first place. And then like just to look, some items there, like they look, I don't know how to perceive them because I'm kind of new to travelers. And when I look online or I look up the videos, I'm just like, I don't know if it's for me.
Yeah, yeah, I've kind of gotten into the travelers whole, not like hardcore cult wise, just for like this year, my planner is that size, but it's not TN. But last year I did all of my like travel journaling and stuff in a TN, and it's really nice. But I am not gonna lie when I say like it is annoying to keep it open. Like you have to have the clip and remember the clip, and I always forget the clip.
Mhm.
And that's my one like my like downer about it. But other than that, I love how flexible it is, and I have little inserts for all kinds of things, and so that's nice because I don't feel like I'm having to commit to 300 pages for a thing, and,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I like it's so I only have two. I have a Paper Republic and I have Travelers, and I actually think they're very different. Leather quality wise, weirdly still prefer Travelers, but that might be my experience. I think the red batch is just very good leather. It just
Mm,
really is. It just holds up so far, and it doesn't really change color much, which is normal for leather to do, right? With the
yeah.
use and then buffing it, and just kind of like working with it. It kind of is usually getting darker. This one doesn't change, and it just holds up, and it's thicker, and I really like that. It's thicker, and Paper Republic is not that thick, but it's good for other stuff. And there's nothing really perfect until you might make it yourself, and that's going to be perfect.
Right, yeah. And Paper Republic, I know of them, don't know too much about them, but it's a similar, like, elastic and insert system, or do they have, like, the little clips on the
Very similar. I
okay.
think the one thing I like about them, they're slightly bigger. The passport size feels bigger than Travelers. I don't have it, but like I've seen Top Drawer store has them,
Mhm.
and I like that. And then you can also kind of have your initials put on there. Also, I think in Top Drawer they do that. Like you can have them be embossed. And I think another thing that it's not that I like that. So I like the size. It's a little different, but the bookmark part is annoying because they don't have any for Paper Republic. And when it comes to Travelers, it might be a flimsy one, but it's there
But
and it
it's
makes it
something,
easy.
yeah.
Yeah. So but there was no Paper Republic at the San Francisco Pen Show.
Tangent.
Yep.
Sometimes we gotta go on them sometimes, man, and you're like, "Follow me down this road."
I was a little surprised by that, to be honest, because Top Drawer, I think they're new, so they're not really newish, I guess. But it's like a San Francisco, I think, either one of their founders or they started out in San Francisco, something of that sort. So they're technically from here, but they're
Mm,
just not represented at the pen show.
yeah. I mean, that is a little strange because, um, they seem to be wanting to kind of delve into the stationary pen market a little bit. I know their, like, main bag is the slippers, but they also
The lifestyle.
I was like,
You
yeah,
don't say
because
slippers.
slippers and pens for sure.
Yes. Well,
Oh,
that's a good
yeah.
point. Yeah, it's one of their founders is the Toya guy from Japan, and the other one is entrepreneur guy from San Francisco.
With tracks then, we got stationary and we got slippers. Now it makes sense.
So why don't they bring their slippers? I mean, to lifestyle items to the San Francisco Pen Show.
Hey, this gotta be, because that there's people going to the show that aren't into pens and their significant other
Mhm.
is just, like, pulling them along. Why not? You can be like, "Hey, there's some slippers."
So that's what happened.
Yeah.
And I think the one pen that I did not get, but this is where we're coming to the part
Mhm.
where I'm glad I went, not only to see all the awesome people, but also to realize what I actually like. Yes. And maybe someone will realize that they like slippers on the show. But I saw this vintage pen that was just the most beautiful kind of ebonite that got into the point because it's from 1930s when it looks a little different than it initially was, and it had
Mhm.
beautiful patina stuff going on with it, and it was a Wall Eversharp deco band, I think, from 1930.
Ooh, wow.
and it was oversized, and I looked at it and it had the name John on it. And I'm like, I'm gonna buy John. But it was beautiful. So maybe one day I'll get a pen like that.
Nice. Who had it?
I don't know. I have no idea. It's one
Remember?
of the vintage vendors. So I think the big ballroom had most of them, right?
Yeah.
And there was this guy, Blake, from Blake's broadcast. And I think about 2 tables away from him, there was vintage seller. And I think it was a guy and a girl. But yeah, I
Mm.
don't remember much. But it was well priced. I think the only thing is that you don't really want someone else's name on there. So yeah, and
Yeah.
since I'm not John,
Yeah, like me and John have been through some things.
is there something that you saw that you did not expect to like?
Um, well, I mean, it's like not as lovely as the vintage pen, but I was told about, and I've seen it online plenty of times, the Diplomat Viper
Mm.
brown one, and I was like, "Oh, okay, well, maybe if I am just fiending for a pen and I don't know what to buy, or, just kind of it wasn't high on the priority list." But when I saw it in person and did the way that the cap, like, caps, it has, like, a magnet in it, and it's just so
Mhm.
satisfying, and it's really pretty in person. So, that was one that I was not expecting to be like, "I'm tempted," but yeah, it was just really nice in person, and I love a hooded nib, and it's affordable like, comparatively, I guess.
Yeah, everything. And I feel like, yeah, there was a bit of a sticker shock, I would say, definitely, right, this show around. And I've already
Mhm.
mentioned the Japan vendors a little bit, charge tariff, but I think we still had it good in a way, right? We didn't get the full force, but things were definitely more expensive.
Yeah, yeah, and maybe that's why I ended up not getting as many pins, and I feel like not as many things in general, um, and that may be part of it. It was just every little thing seemed a little more expensive. Though I did get some good deals on some pins, but
Yes.
I think I was looking around more for deals.
Nice. Well, shall we start sharing?
Fair.
Where you want to start with? Do you want to start with the big items or inks?
Inks, I don't have any inks to share, I put them all up, but you go first with inks. I have paper.
I just have one. And that was one that sold out. And that was from, so this is Pannonia's collaboration with Tori of Stationary Universe.
Yes.
And this is the morning morpho. So she had the evening morpho and the morning one, and she had them in 2 ways, which I appreciated. Someone who doesn't do
Yes.
a lot of shimmer. She had the shimmering version and just the plain one, which is, great way of like satisfying everyone, I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very
They're
pretty.
gorgeous teal, like, very vibrant teal color. It's pretty.
Yeah. So that's the
And
only ink I got. And I think she's so, I know she sold out. We were kind of hanging out a lot at some point with her, and I was behind at some point selling for her.
same, actually.
Hey.
I love
And
how we're a group, we're, like, community selling.
yep. She's like, I gotta go make lunch. And I'm like, okay. And so I was there. I met the wonderful Francisco with Heinz at Pens, and we kind of sold. He was like operating the cards, and I was doing the cash, and so that's how we are. We
Ooh,
were
nice.
hanging out there. And it was just awesome. And I looked at all the inks, and they were selling out as hotcakes. But if someone's interested, I think they're available to pre-order on her
Yeah.
website. And so once they get through the customs,
Yeah. She said it should be maybe like 2 weeks or so, hopefully,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
depending on custom stuff.
I feel
But
like that's the story of lots of stationery places right now.
yeah, it was very interesting this time after hours with the vendors and the makers and things, kind of hearing their side of it as well, and um, what they're planning to do and all of that. So it just sucks for small businesses. As a
Mm.
person that works with small businesses on the daily, it's just like, yikes.
Yeah, I wonder, like I think Aziza was not there because of that too. It was a little tough on her.
Yeah,
Because she usually comes out, and I was that's talking about who I was looking forward to meet, and I didn't meet.
yeah, yeah. I haven't met her either. She was in Chicago, uh, and I just missed her.
Mm.
One of those, like, it's a big show. There's a lot of people, and it's like, dang, I didn't even know she was there. Um, but
So
yeah.
you've been to a lot of shows. So how does San Francisco rank against Chicago, DC? I think those are the three biggest, right?
Yeah, I've only been to Chicago and Colorado, which is way smaller.
Mm.
Um, so I mean, San Francisco was crazy compared to those. Um, yeah, and just the amount of people that go there, like friends and soon potential friends alike. Um, yeah, it was just crazy the number of vendors, and it was nice to have like Japanese vendors as well, and we didn't get that as much in Chicago.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I think Yoseka were the only ones who had
Mhm.
comparable amount of Japanese vendors.
Yeah.
Last year, was it?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Stationary Fest.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, I went to that too, and that was busy, busy. It felt like San Francisco, but it wasn't because there were the same amount of vendors or people. It was just the space was not adequate, but excited about 2026 Stationary Fest because that venue looks crazy. Oh, really? Yeah,
Mm. All right. I
I
mean,
like hearing the comparison between SF and DC. I always
mm,
hear, like, it's just that it's busy, but it's just, like, a different kind of crowd, and that's why SF has the fun pin show, like, sticker attached to them. I don't know.
yeah, I loved just like, walking around, because like when you feel overwhelmed and you just like get out of there and you walk around, and then there are other people who are also, I guess, seemingly overwhelmed. And so they had like this nice walk right around the waterfront.
Mhm.
And so I would like sit down, and then frequently I have someone else sit down, and I would like eavesdrop on their conversations. And a lot of them were like coming to San Francisco from like East Coast. And I was like, that's amazing. Like
Yeah.
you just flew out for like what, 2 days, 3 days? That's
Oh,
crazy.
yeah. It's awesome, and it's a good time of year too. I think the weather was just amazing, and so, yeah, I say worth it. More vintage at DC. And more stationary at San Francisco.
I believe you. I would imagine that area in general has like very good sourcing opportunities for vintage, right? In DC.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, I see that. Stationary, because I would imagine we have so many Japanese companies coming out, and they would deal a lot of times with stationary, much more.
Yeah, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah. So, what'd you get?
All right, I have some paper, speaking of Japanese folks. So that was kind of like my first stop was Yamamoto paper because I was like, I want to get more paper because Samoy River paper stuff. So I heard Brad on the Pen Addict talk about the Canopus paper. And so I tried that out. It's very bright white. It's very bright in here. Hold on. And it's plain. It's very smooth. I need to save for Julia's trip to China. Shannon, you know I got you. And so yeah, it's smooth, like Cosmo Air Light smooth, but not like squishy like Cosmo Air Light, which I like. I haven't been able to like write a ton on it yet or swatch, but I love passing new buys around at Pen Show, so everyone else has got to try it.
How is it holding up? Is it bleeding through it all?
No, I will show you. There is nothing on the other side, like barely even
Awesome.
ghosting. So
What is the what's their
the GSM,
yeah, how thick
it
is
is 73.
Oh wow, that's good. Yeah,
Mhm.
I like that.
Yeah, and it's a little toothy. It's I don't know. It's a good in between. It's smooth, but also a little bit toothy. And then bank paper, I've never tried before actually. So it's just a little pad of bank paper. It's very smooth.
When are you going?
End of October,
Oh,
like October 22nd through
sounds,
mid-November. So I'm going to catch the Tokyo Pen Show too.
sounds like you'll need to get a second bag.
Yeah, and I usually do not check bags, but I mean, things are different when you go to Japan, right? And you're in the stationery, like, you may need another bag. And then this one I got from this place called H Works. They also had cool inks, which I just did not.
Oh, I
Yeah.
saw their inks. I've noticed their yeah.
But this is odd. There's no way the camera's going to pick it up, but there's like a gray spread of paper, then a white spread of paper, then a gray spread. So very interesting. I don't know if all the paper is meant to be written on or if it's like in between pages. Oh, I forgot about the St. Louis show this year too.
All right. So how does St. Louis? It's a smaller one, but it's not extremely small, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I would say smaller than Chicago, but yeah, I would say still like a good amount of vendors, a good amount of people, more chill. The most chill is going to be Colorado. I think it's super fun, but it is very chill.
I really wish. But so Colorado is obviously naturally now that I've been to one, I'm like looking to go to others. And Colorado is like it's doable, but not really because my husband's birthday is right there. It's like like it's either stay for the birthday or go. And I'm like, I have to stay.
You roll something else in it, be like, hey, we're gonna go do something in Denver for your birthday, but also yes, that was the high note. I don't know. There was that language barrier there with H work. So I don't know if this paper is called titanium or if it's called TI or high note. I'm not sure what the paper is called. But I thought I knew how many GSM was on here, but I don't. It is pretty thick, and I haven't even written on it.
Probably 100. Yeah, 100, 120.
Yeah.
I was impressed speaking about the language barrier. I think Bungo Box had someone translating. One of their vendors was like American translating.
Oh, wow.
Fluent Japanese, but translating for the other two ladies that work there. And to customers, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, that is awesome. So we did inks. What else did you get? Do you have any?
I don't have a lot of papers. I've gotten some, like simple things from the Travelers, which is like just grids This is the one I already used, but it's just, I know it just sounds kind of simple, but people don't realize how much of a cult it is and how much it sells out. Like it really does, right? And
Yeah.
so you can't get like regular thing. It's not even like specialty insert.
Yeah. You're like running. I was like, I just want that dot grid.
Which is kind of stupid, but in and funny at the same time. I'm looking at what else do I have here. I have more stationary universe stuff, which the washi tape. She also had washi tapes that I got one off, which is like cute little inky.
Oh, adorable. She does such a good job curating
Yeah.
stuff for her shop. I love it.
So that was fun. And what is it? Oh,
Yep.
yes, it was. It was. That's actually where I was hanging around waiting for my appointment. And so that's another thing I got. I got two grinds from Annabelle because I was shameless and I booked 2 appointments back to back with her.
Yeah.
And so she didn't cancel me, and I was just there for an hour. So
I mean, there is nothing wrong with that.
and
Like
so
I
I
need
guess
all this time. Yep.
that's what I'm gonna show if anyone is interested. So I just went in, and that's the only nib grinder I saw because I attempted Gina, and I'll have to have Gina on here someday just to talk about it because I didn't even see her appointments go on.
I want to know how they even manage like scheduling, how they
I mean,
feel about them selling out in like
they're
minutes.
so awesome, and I feel like that's why they are just never available. That's what it is. And so that's why I love Annabelle, and she was someone I was like, I want her to work on my Mont Blanc. And so I had this problem child here. And so this one had like a fine, but it was like too intense of a fine that felt like extra fine. And so what I decided to do, I just did the needle point on it, but it's like her type of needle point that I didn't realize I would like the needle point at all. So it writes great. It's actually a gusher for the needle point.
Really?
And I can write with it in reverse, which I was like, this is so awesome.
Nice. Does it get thinner in reverse or is it?
It's about the same. I think it's actually gets a little thicker in reverse.
Oh, nice.
So it's just so usable, and it's the only, type of like, I would imagine someone who journals a lot in tight spaces, like something like that. And it would not be me, but I am weirdly kind of enjoying this one a lot.
Yeah. And with needle points too, it's a lot of nib meisters do them, but I hear from Kirk that it is hard to do because you're so thin and it's so easy to get very like scratchy and lots of feedback. But when it's smooth and juicy like that, that's like
I made her work for it. Oh, Shannon, don't you tempt me. But apparently Orlando is where most of the makers are at. That's what I've heard.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of people are going to Orlando this year, and I from my understanding, I thought it was a smaller show, but it might just be like a heavy maker show.
It sounds that way.
Yeah.
And I'm curious because I know a couple of vendors only go there. My friend Abigail Markov, so they go there, and that's the only show. They kind of prepare throughout the year for that show.
Wow.
So the most stuff you're gonna see of theirs in real person, and they're freaking awesome. I don't know if you know much about
I've
it.
seen their stuff, and yeah, it's next level. And I always was wondering, like, how do you get a hold of their pins? But yeah, amazing, amazing stuff.
Yeah, and I think I would go. That's the one because I have a love, and I think you too have a love for makers, and I think that could be on the list for 1 year.
Yeah.
All right. So, opinions about the needlepoint.
Mhm.
Well, that's fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, that is definitely a could be a divisive one. Like, if you already don't like fine nibs and you're taking it to another level, like if you don't like a fine, you're probably not going to like a needlepoint.
Shannon, I might consider Empire State if you want to share a room. I was kind of looking at Empire and I was like, oh, that could be interesting. And it just sounds like all the preparation. So Empire is going to be in Manhattan and it's a good venue.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks to me like it's really promises to be a good show. So I would look into it.
Yeah. And from maybe what I understand, it was a different show and now it's getting put on under a different name with different people.
Yeah, it used to be like at the Adelphi University, which is on Long Island. That's what they used to do. And it was just like in the university, like rooms or gym, or I don't know, like some sort of for years. And it was like all the way out on Long Island. And now they're like really bringing it to like, kind of be more of a theme of New York.
Yeah.
And the way like we understand it as like
Right.
someone who's not from there, maybe,
Yeah, you're going to New York. You want that New York experience,
You
and you're right,
do.
dropped in the middle of it. Yeah, nice.
Maybe catch a Broadway show, in the evening
Hmm.
of the show. So that's, I think, what the vibe they're going for with this one, which is very exciting.
Yeah. Oh, so another maker that I met for the first time in San Francisco that I was super excited to meet was Rob from Rob's Pinworks, and I always hear about him, and he's been helping me out with the Japan stuff, and so I was super excited to meet him. He's so nice and a gentle soul, a gentle giant. we, we were right here.
Yeah, he's too tall. Like they both are very tall. With him though, I was sort of prepared because I've known Michaela. We've done interview with her and I I just like I've seen pictures of them. It's like, okay, he's a tall person.
Oh, I love Michaela too. She's so sweet.
And I think we should talk about Rob next
Yes,
because I will
we
show my
both.
last grind first.
Yes.
So my last one that Annabelle worked,
Oh yeah, she did too.
she did two. So I was there for an hour and talked a lot with her. And so this is the Stipula Duetto broad that I didn't care for. It's a good nib, but I just didn't care about it. And so she did a mash of two things, a stub and cursive.
Nice.
And now it's kind of cool. And I like it. But it's like the opposite from
Yeah, from the needlepoint. You're like, I'm gonna get a huge cursive and a needlepoint.
And that's what I needed. And I was like, this is like a header and like really
And
tiny text.
yeah. What do you typically like? What's your kind of everyday nib size?
Medium, I think, is
Okay.
I don't have a lot of fines. I really don't. Yeah. Some of them are like a fun, but only if like I have one Waverly that's been done on a fine, which I've loved. That fine is great.
Nice.
Mediums is just the way to go for me. Some are like a little too broad. Some companies, Italian, I think stuff is a little too broad in medium, but that's what I usually go for. And it's just like, I feel like that's easier to work with, right? If you bring them to a Nibmeister.
Yeah. That is how I kind of make decisions too about buying pins and what size. I'm like, can I get this ground or not? Like, so
So
yeah.
do you go with medium as well, or what's your mix?
I tend to, yeah. If I'm running low on my mediums, I've shown it a gajillion time, but my little nib drawer, right now I have just way too many fines because I was just like getting fines because that's my everyday writer 9 times out of 10, but then I don't have anything fun for grind. So here recently I've been like medium, even broad, which it feels weird for me to buy a broad because I usually don't write with them, but I'm like, something can be done here.
There are a few fun broads that I've had. My favorites are Kaweco broad, weirdly enough, because it's a small enough nib.
Mm-hmm.
It's a broad, but it's not like that broad of a broad. And another one I have, one of my favorite Mont Blancs is 144 Classique with a broad, and it's the best broad I've ever had.
Nice.
Yeah. So I think that's just awesome. Like juicy broads, yes.
Yeah. I do like a sailor. I know a sailor broad is basically a medium, but I do like a sailor broad.
Oh, I have that one too. Yeah, that is a medium. That's how I know. I'm like, I need a broad from Sailor. All right. So you want to talk Rob a little more?
Yeah. So, well, this is like a combo between Rob and Stationary Universe. Is that going to focus? Am I have to do the thing? Yeah, I have to do the thing. The whole time I have to do the thing? Okay. So it's like a fun little Skittles nib holder. And so I grabbed that from Rob and ended up getting a brass Kakamori nib from Stationary Universe, Tori. And Rob told me a fun story about his nib holders that look like this. They're actually from the fountain pens. Like this is the leftover cap material, and this is the leftover like barrel material. And then he just combines them to make these cool, funky little nib holders. It reminds me of ice cream.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I was about to say it really like suits you and your nails at this point. So.
You would not believe how many comments on my nails.
Oh no!
While in
San
Francisco, like good comments, but it's just like I just keep my nails done for my sanity. Otherwise, it would be a hot mess on my hand. So, yeah.
All right, I got
something too from Rob.
Yeah, I did, and so I don't do a lot of glitter. It's not my thing much, but this is my only glitter pen ever. Because
it's given fall.
Yeah, and it's just like I've seen someone show it in their video, and I'm like, and I've had a couple of things of Rob's. I've known him for almost 3 years at this point. And this just looks so awesome.
That's so cool. Are those like little leaves in the glit? Like,
oh, that's fun. Another thing I don't do wooden pens. And he has this option for a full, like, not real wood imitation thing. And he also has like a real wood, which I tried, and actually it's not as bad as I imagined. His stuff is good because he like treats the wood in a specific way that it's a tactile thing for me with the wood, and he's like, he knows what he's doing. So like I actually wouldn't mind getting a wooden.
Yeah. Is there like a lacquered, is it glossy like the wood? Yeah. Or is it okay?
Yeah, very glossy, very kind of like the wooden pens I've had in my life felt like borderline dehydrated wood and just didn't feel good.
Yeah.
And it has been most of the pens. And I just like, okay, so first of all, I'm very afraid of staining this wood.
No, that's super fair.
And it just doesn't feel good, So yeah, no, he does just phenomenal work. This is my third pen of his.
Really? Oh, nice.
Yeah, he's great. And so another thing that I don't know if people watch some videos, they know, but you can request this section he can make you a second section that's going to be removable like this one. But
Mhm.
this one would have like a space for kakimori nib instead, or regular nib. And so that's very handy for you. So like, you can interchange them. And then if you're like me who likes their nibs capped, your
Yeah.
kakimori or whatever nib, and take them with you.
Oh
This
my
is so
God.
easy. Yeah. And he was like, for the longest time, he would be the only one who would do something like that. I don't know if there are other makers who accommodate you in this way, but I just love that idea. It's just like two in one, but
Right.
in the way that makes me feel kind of safe traveling with, so yeah.
Yeah. I love that. Yeah. I'm getting into like I was thinking about with that the Magna Carta that came out today. I have it.
Ooh.
Um,
I am out of like, I'm
this
not in the
thing.
known what came out today. Oh,
So
the
this
one
is
you
the
posted?
yeah, the oh my gosh. The
Oh.
like black opal. It's a new model, the MST. But I was hoping, not hoping because I didn't have any say in this pen, but it would be cool if pens like this with, because the flex nib is a little unapproachable or, it takes a little bit of time for people to get used to a flex nib and takes practice. But it would be cool if these kind of pins came with another nib unit as well so that you could swap them and you can do flex or maybe I don't want that right now. I just want a writer, like an everyday writer and swap that out. So I like a swappy.
You have a question.
Where do I get the Yovo nibs? Just from pins that I buy. just the Yovo nibs that come with them. Like I have a little chart, and I had a little chart with me at the show, like how many silver mediums I had, how many gold ones. So whenever I bought a pen, I would consult my chart to see what I'm low on, and then get
Mm.
that. It's ridiculous.
I think you're very organized. I wish. I'm not.
It's so ridiculous.
Yay, thank you. It is, yeah. If you're commenting on mine, I think both of them are stunning. It's like
Yeah.
his work is so distinct, it's like it when you
Yeah,
see
and that's hard to do with so many makers, using the same blanks and buying them from the same places. So, yeah, he does a good job.
Shannon. I know you and me both.
What's funny is I would really enjoy that. I'm working on organizing this room now, and it's like it's fun, but yeah, I think I would enjoy organizing other people's stuff. Be like, here's all your diamine inks. I've set it up for you this way. Here's your
All right, you ready to show us more inks or what?
yeah. Okay, what do I have? Okay, this one. Yeah, I need to pick up the pace. I'm over here yapping. This is very fun. This is from Peyton Street Pens, which I've never seen them vend. Apparently, they only vend at the San Francisco Pen Show.
And possibly California one.
Oh yeah, and the LA Pen Show. That's right. But I've always gone to their site to get information about vintage pens and things. But I saw this on here. I thought a pretty good deal. It was 155. It's all ebonite, piston fill with an ink window. It doesn't have a nib in it because that's how I live my life. But um, yeah, the piston is so like hidden.
Yeah.
It's nuts. But I thought a really good deal. It's nice and bulky. And yeah, so I grabbed one of those. She had so many good colors. So many good colors. But
Julie needs to start a side business, traveling around and organizing across spaces.
yeah.
Board. And so funny enough, you and I, that's another thing we have in common. I was so into just seeing Peyton's street pens in person because I've been borderline stalking them online because they have the vintage stuff, and then they also do their own collab pens with
Mm,
several Indian companies, I think. And so I've been looking at these two pens and I got them, and they're very good, just such a good value. And also she went down in price for me, which was awesome.
nice.
Because I got two pens. And so the first one I wanted, and so all of these pens are cheaper than, I'm sorry, Shannon, cheaper than buying an Esterbrook pen.
I
There's
mean,
nothing wrong with that, but I'm just saying, like, she's like, I don't know how she's able to keep that margin, right?
yeah,
But
we're good.
but this one, so first of all, a vintage Conway Stewart material,
Wow.
18
That's
karat Cartier nib.
uh, that is gorgeous.
It's on the smaller side. I'll show you. But this was just too good to be true, and I wanted to see it in person because they still have them online. And I was like, is it true? Is it really that good? And it is. So it's somewhere between a fine and a medium. It's just a very good writer. And another one, very different, but also Conway Stewart material. This is the author, and this has like a brass inlay and a piston fill as well.
Mhm.
But this is like, this is not gold. This is just a regular Iovo, but they also do their grinds there, I think, because she
Really
employs people who like does stuff for her. And so this is a medium italic.
beautiful.
And Conway Stewart Pistachio, I think is the name. And this is so gorgeous.
Yeah, that you can see the chatoyance and stuff in like that's
And
gorgeous.
just, yeah, I was like, I was not expecting it to be actually hefty. Like, it's a good size. Yeah, it's just feels very kind of like a statement, pen. And it is just a good value. So I was like, all right, I like you even more now. And I
Nice.
don't know how she got all of these materials, but she did. And I was just she would be getting them and sending them to Indian makers.
Okay.
And the
Nice.
nibs too. Well, nibs she would acquire and then put them in the house, I think, or something like that. It's interesting.
It's crazy. Yeah, I think the one that I got, I ran into someone oh, my battery. We're
Oh,
gonna
I think you're
swap.
exhausted.
Yeah. Ain't that the truth? No. I was like, I don't even know how to change the let's
Aw. We lost Corolla. Sorry, Corolla's still here. I'm reading Corolla stuff. We lost Julie for a second, but she's gonna be back. So you'll have to bear with me. All right. Yes. So Conway Student Material is one of those things that I've been interested in and looking at for quite a while. And so I was so excited to actually find it. So yeah. You are here. You want to come on? Yeah, no, it was so great just to see so many things in person, and I was just like, I was very excited for it. And was my first show. So if some of you did not know, that was my very first show. And so it went well. Some people thought it was a little crazy. So and crazy because it was extremely busy of a show. So was the first one. It was the most kind of overwhelming one I could go to. So that's what happened there. Oh, all right. She's back. She's back.
with the other camera. We're fine. We're fine. I was like,
I was
yeah,
just
for
like
new
having a
setup, new
moment.
room. How it just shows what's actually on the screen on here. Great.
Yeah, no, people are shocked. It was my first, and it was my
Yeah.
first one.
Wow.
I had to take
Crazy.
some time in between there because it was a lot.
Did you do any like what I just had like 5 questions enter my brain at the same time. I like want to know what your expectations were beforehand. Like, did they meet your expectations? Was it busier than you thought? Like, did you prep before? I want to know all the things.
And I think that was my mistake. I didn't really prep. I just kind of dove in. I was expecting it to be fairly busy. Was it exactly what I was expecting it to be? Not really. I think it was busier than I expected it to be. Um, but yeah, I think the other thing I was not expecting is that people are actually watching my stuff online and desk chatter, and I got a little bit of a, like people like, oh, are you this person? I was like, oh yeah. That
Yeah,
was weird.
it's so fun, but also weird, but also like validating, like, okay, this time that I'm spending doing this thing, like
Hmm.
people care and they want to hang out and stuff. So that's awesome.
Yeah, you're not just talking to yourself, right?
Yeah. I'm always like, I just feel like I'm rambling and but I have something to show since we're, you know, marching to the end here that I think I'm allowed to show, but like she didn't say that I couldn't show it, but it's coming out in like a month. Well, at this point, probably 3 weeks or so. Is it not going to open? Okay. So these are from Sailor and they're like ready to write fountain pens.
Oh wow, they're cute.
They're adorable. Wah! And they're all over, flying all over the place. But they're kind of like one use fountain pens,
Oh, so not refillable.
not refillable. However, there's a lot of ink in here.
So Corolla,
Um,
I think for your girls, you might want to consider that for your girls
yeah, and
if you
great
want to expose
traveling.
them.
Yeah. So like the guy there at Sailor said that he had one, I don't think the Line Friends one, but similar model. Um, he said he had it inked up for 8 years. Well, been working for 8 years. So that is something. And they have cute colors and they're adorable. Could be good I was thinking for traveling because you don't have to worry about the whole
Yeah.
burpee thing and all of that. So
Apparently, I'm too late with that. Aw, that's sweet.
oh, oh,
Yeah, those are
rolling.
really cute. So
Yeah.
they're gonna be new to American market, but maybe they've been around
Yeah, I
Japan.
think so.
Hmm.
Honestly, I always have to say something like a little bit sideways, but I don't know if you guys have seen the zebra like reusable like one use fountain. Well, I say reusable, but one use. They are one use fountain pens. They're like zebra. Um, that's what these remind me of.
Hmm.
So good nib, great great writers, but just kind of throw in your purse type of deal.
Could be a good like stocking stuffer. Like we already are getting to that point in the year.
Yeah. How are we here already?
Oh
But you're
no.
so right.
I don't know, man. That's just kind of I love this part of the, year, but it's also sad because it's getting to that point.
Yeah.
I have to start thinking about making advent calendars for my customers. So
You did an advent calendar? Yay.
some people are doing starting like July, and I was like, I can't
Wow.
think about it in July, but there are makers who do.
Wow.
So yeah. So another thing that I've noticed that you had made some cool sticker designs. So that was me working at Tori's table. Like I've noticed you've made some cool sticker designs for her.
Yeah. Yeah, so I have an Etsy shop right now. It's on vacation because of the move and I need to get set up again. But she reached out and really liked them and wanted to know if she could carry them in the shop. And I said, yeah, of course, it'd be awesome. So it's cool seeing the stickers out there like that. And then we did a shop exclusive because she's really punny. If you've been by her table and seen her stickers, she's super punny. And the pen community is perfect for that because we're dirty and we love puns. But
so some of the stickers say
yeah, like things like just the tip, but the one that we did is nothing wrong with a little nib and grind.
Which I thought it was kind of perfectly both of you combined there.
Yeah. So like 90s R&B, a reference to nib grinds, like.
Yep. No, those are popular for like a brief time I was there. I feel like her stickers. I've never seen stickers being so popular.
Yeah, every time I rang up someone, it was like whatever and some stickers.
All right. So what else do you have to show us?
All right. Let's see. Probably the last thing for this. I'm working on a full-on haul video. So hopefully that'll be out soon. But I got this from Rickshaw. I thought it was super cute. And I always like their cozy interiors and whatnot. But I'm pretty picky with the cozies. I don't know what it is. I don't like a lot of words. I don't like a lot of like stuff on it, but something about this one I was like, ooh, it's calming and nice blues. It's a nice take on the Great Wave. So
I feel like, we kind of were surrounded by water right there a little bit, and it was kind of that feeling as well. Like you would go out of the venue and there was like water there and airplanes.
Airplanes, yeah. Actually, I like that, like that the venue is so close to the airport as well.
It smelled like I was on the field. Like my previous life, I had like a career at the airport, and I was like, it smells like I'm back at my work.
Really?
From like many years ago.
Somebody said that they could smell in their room too, and I just maybe my senses are not great, but I couldn't smell anything weird.
No, me neither. But that's something to consider if you're sensitive, right? Because it was
right there.
All right.
And bring earplugs, because if you can't sleep without, like if you need it to be quiet, then bring earplugs, because there are lots of planes going off landing and things. So
all right. Did we? Well, I saw one on the picture. So the new Pelican 805, that is like the metal kind of sleeve looking thing on it. I don't remember seeing it in person, but I just saw it online the other day.
I don't know if I even know about that one. I know the black and like metal stripe, or the dark blue and metal stripe, and I saw the new art one.
Yeah, that one I remember. Yep.
Pretty, like that teal.
I'm
trying so hard not to go around the corner to my dealer because I know that he's getting them. Trying so hard, like, not there. But no, I don't know about another one. Google.
Yeah, look it up. Yeah, the other one that they just came out with before this one, it kind of looks like a peacock feather to me, right? Kind of teal with like that red feathery.
Yeah. Okay, the sleeve looks like a corset deal.
Yeah, it does. It really does.
Oh, that's pretty.
They didn't have it in the show. I think they just came out with it. So yeah, no, the show was fun. It was interesting. We're going to start wrapping up. So if you guys going to have any questions, now is the time to type them up for us. But it was a lot of fun. It was unusual. So I was talking to Drew a couple of days before San Francisco, and funny enough, he didn't know if he was going to come in. And he flew in for like 2 days, I think, of the show.
Yeah, I didn't expect to see him there. I didn't think he was coming, and all of a sudden I was like, "Whoa."
Yeah. So that was interesting. Was Pelican even there? That's a good question because I don't know.
I don't think so. I think there were some distributors, like people that sell pelicans, but I don't think Pelican themselves. But
Mm-mm.
again, did not get to all the tables.
Mhm. Yeah,
Do
it
not feel
was
confident.
a lot. It was a lot. I did get to see some really cool collectible pelicans from like the cities of the world that they did, like, and like I got to see them in like one place, and it was so cool. And obviously it's like the pens I would like to afford but can't afford.
Yeah, and some of those are super hard to find as well. Like, was it like a personal collection, or were they just
I
like displaying, or were they
I think they're
selling it?
selling them. It
Oh
was one
wow.
of those the big ballroom had those vintage, I think, guys, but
Mhm.
also some of them would have like not so vintage stuff,
Right.
you know?
Yeah. So apparently in the ballroom, I heard from someone that there were a couple of people that were selling their collections as well, like their personal collections, and they were large enough, the collections large enough to have a table. Can
Wow.
you imagine? Insane.
Hmm.
Okay, so
What else?
curl.
Ooh. Do you want to talk about your nib grinds? Like, who did you see?
Yes, I saw, oh my gosh, I saw Damien for the first time with All in the Nib. Um, and he checked out my architect, my grind, which was cool. Kirk, I saw, did I see him twice? No. I saw Kirk and I saw CY and CY's apprentice.
Hmm.
Which was fun because I could not get a CY appointment. So I was very happy whenever he opened up his assistants, like, or his apprentices appointments. So I was like, yes, I'll do that. And hopefully he can do the same grinds. And luckily he did the same grinds as well. And then pen friend Lisa split an appointment with me with CY. So that was cool. Oh, and JJ Lax. It was the first time that I sat down with him as well, and he was super nice. And like, it's so funny because on Sunday is when that's when I did all the nib grinds. And so to get all of these different personalities kind of like back to back, like JJ is so like, I'm gonna talk about life and Dune and like all of these things.
He's into Dune. Okay, good to know.
Yeah, he's super into Dune. And then Kirk is like silly. It's just like going to all these people, but yeah, super fun. Some of the grinds I got were just like repeat grinds, but on a different color nib. Like if I had it on a gold nib and I really liked it, then I would get it on a silver nib. So it goes with my silver pins, or like silver leaning pins. So
Hello, hi.
hi.
He is in near LA, so he probably is almost done with work. So hi, welcome. And we have a question. Did you check out the glass dip pens?
Did
Did you?
you?
Well, I have one. They practically shoved it in my hand. Yeah, which was odd. But there was this one that they kind of presented as a new concept, which I'm sorry, it's not, but like fillable, like refillable one that had a converter, like in
Oh yeah.
fountain pen would have. It's like not a new concept, but it was nice to see that they're kind of doing it because it's heavily based on vintage ones. Because I have like several vintage ones that were like button fills,
Oh wow.
yeah, and like so many, the one that I posted, so the picture or video I posted for our thing today
Mhm.
on Instagram, that has like red pen, and it also is glass like nib, but you could like feel it. And that pen is from like the 30s.
Wow,
so
yeah.
so it's been around. I'm just like happy to see coming back. It's not like, we can just do this one motion. You can actually have an ink
Love
in there.
it. Yeah,
Mhm.
love it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I did not make it to really see any glass dip pens, and not because I don't like them, I just don't trust myself with them, anything of value with glass pens. So yeah, I don't wanna get sucked into that because I'll be like, "This is so beautiful," and I'll, I will take care of it, but even now, doing swatches and even doing the videos here, like, I'll have a nib on my leg, and then I move around, and I just know myself, and it's not gonna be a good time. So,
Yeah, it's not for everyone. And I feel like actually prefer those old ones. And my reason is the cap.
yeah, need a cap for sure.
Yeah, no, this one had a cap, and I mean, otherwise it wouldn't make sense because you can fill it up with ink and then it's gonna dry out. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, I
So,
think the only one that I, like, have nearby that I actually use is this one, and it's because it has a cap. That's
yeah,
the only reason it's still with us.
is that from Yuseka?
Mhm.
Yeah, they used to sell those. I think they still
Yeah,
do.
the
That's awesome.
Fonte. Yeah, I had to smooth it out, though, it was really scratchy when I
It's
first got
super
it.
easy to work with them because of that. You get a micro mesh and work with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like them. So yeah, that I got to try, but I didn't like purposely go and seek one out.
You're like, "It was forced upon me."
It was. They were so excited about it. They like really like wanted me to try it, and I'm like, okay.
I guess did you try the drill log?
No. So what's the deal with that one?
Okay, I should have spent more time on
It looks
with
interesting.
it. But it's like a glorified Kakamori, like a more well-behaving one because it has like a finer tip, so it's kind of like writing with a pen,
Hmm.
but still dip, and it lasts a long time because it has all the grooves and everything in it as
Hmm.
well. It just comes down to smaller tips, and they actually had tip sizes, so you can do like a point 0.3, a point 0.5, a point 0.7, um, but I don't know. They were I had sticker shock a little bit from them.
Yeah.
I bought ink muddler from oh, yeah.
Yeah. Your spoon technique is
Yeah.
for a lot of people. I've heard.
Who knew? Who knew? I actually had an ink muddler from Dominant Industry, and then I broke it.
Oh no. On that note, the one thing I forgot to show is the
Hold
one thing I
on.
bought from Tori as well. The last thing that I just remembered. So this is like that nib that is like a folded
Yeah.
thing. So that's going to perform in a similar way to a spoon, I guess, in a way.
Yeah. I'm excited to see what you do with it.
Yeah. I was like looking at it as like, this is so cool. And I like brass things in general. So this is where it starts. This is brass. I want one.
What's it do? I don't care. We'll figure it out later.
So I had got this one. So that's another thing I got.
Oh,
And
great.
yeah, no, that's kind of mostly that's it. But that's talking about nibs. And did you try any? Oh, I tried Annabelle's. Did you try Annabelle's nib?
Mhm.
You did. You got one. Am I
Possibly.
okay? There's gonna be a video on that one.
No, her harmonic nib is bananas, and she's working on some other stuff too, so I don't know. She's so talented, and I love to tell her all the time how talented I think she is, and how much my husband loves talking about her. He's like, anytime somebody's talking about fountain pens and nib grinding, like he gets so excited. He's not into pens, but he will talk about how awesome Annabelle's Annabelle is and her nib. What is it? I cannot explain it myself. You must go to Annabelle's website or her Instagram and
It's
check out
not.
her
She's
video.
able to do different grinds on it, but she is
Mhm.
by trade a jeweler, right? That's her training. And then she went
Yeah.
into fountain pens from there, because that's kind of like how you do it in kind of older European training. And so she kind of works with gold as a jeweler, and that's kind of her combining, right? Her
Yeah,
passion.
I think she like straight up makes the nib from like nothing. Like she makes the nib folds it into shape, engraves it, and then on top of that, grinds it however you want. So it's
I tried it and it was very soft, I thought.
yeah, it is very soft.
Yeah, it was great. I think she completely like she had like this book with her and like book looking, like
Mhm.
right shelf for them. And I think she was completely out by the end of the show, because you need to kind of prepare and let her know in advance and pay in advance, right, to get it.
Yeah. Yeah, and she has a crazy wait list and um yeah, I think you talked with her beforehand what show you're going to be at, and then she prepares it for you beforehand, like what grind you want, and then at the appointment you pick it up and try it out, and if you want anything different on it, and she can do that there, and just make sure that it fits into whatever pin you want it to fit into, because it is Yovo compatible.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the beautiful part. Like you can just bring her your pen and she's gonna make it work. Well, hello, Ben. You were asked about earlier in the show. So this is
Hello.
the Ben.
Hi.
People are
We're like,
asking about
we're kind of wrapping up, but hi.
yep. Hopefully he can go back and like look at it. But yeah, like there was someone asking about you, Ben, and they're like, did you get to meet him? And we're like, which Ben? And then we determined it was you. So yep. Yeah, so back to Annabelle. Yeah, and I think that's very unique to her, right? Like other
Yeah.
people have the grinds that they're famous for. Like with Gina, they have a very specific grind that everyone's after.
Mhm.
And then with Annabelle is that she actually is making a nib from scratch.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
she said that she wants that to be her main gig, um, because as you know, she's a lovely chatty McChatterson during doing grinds. So she's like, I other people are faster than me. I just want to make nibs and make people happy and give them to them here because yeah.
yeah. I think next time I'm gonna get more appointments, but I really like wanted to kind of experience time with her.
Oh yeah, it is lovely. I don't know, she seems so caring about like your feedback on a nib, and I don't know, there's something about an Annabelle appointment that that's special, I think.
Yeah, no, I agree. And yeah, I was just very excited to meet her. And then I was like, she'd have someone to come and like plop down and, just try out her grinds
Mhm.
during my 1 hour appointment. So like I got to like meet other people and it was fun.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know, I'm not I'm not mad at that.
yeah.
I'm trying to get like you then, Ben.
Well, for me, Ben, it was Mont Blanc. You missed out on my comments.
Yeah.
I wanted to specifically do my Mont Blanc, and I wanted her to do it. So I sort of agree there with you on that one. No, we're not gonna tell. But yeah, no, it's just just great. Yes. Yes, Galen.
Recommend
Hopefully.
her Architect. I definitely recommend her Architect because she has you make the first grind at your writing angle, and then she works from there, and it's really cool just to have that kind of experience with it as well.
Well, did you bring all of those 4 pens with you, Ben? Because we need to know. Yeah, she's great. I think another person, I really still am salty I didn't get the Gina appointment.
Yeah. Hard to get one with Gina, man.
Yeah, I guess I have to get in there somehow. And Ben knows the pain because I was like, am I the only one who doesn't see any appointments? And he's like, I didn't see any.
I think for this one, I didn't even try because I was like, there's no way.
Aw.
People have ninja fingers, and I have to like think about it, be like, okay, this is the right day, this is the right time. I don't have anything else going on this time, and by time I figure it out, yeah.
Yeah, and I also the last kind of thought, and if you guys want to just drop the very last question you have before we close out, my kind of thinking about the grinds, like that is one thing I guess I walked away from the show because I've never kind of fully understood how exciting it is to get that grind done and how like it really opens up the pen for you, the pen you've had for a while, and you felt like you love this pen, but you're a little resentful of like you don't want to use it as much because it's just not what you want it.
Yeah.
And I get it now, and I feel like, especially with, like raising costs and stuff, that's like such a good way to go. You just want to,
Yeah.
yeah. I got it. Like I think this is the pen show. I was like, I understand it now. So so people and grinds.
Yeah. Those are the priorities. That's the hack. Care about people and grinds.
People and grinds, and then I'm gonna get that sticker of yours.
Yeah.
Oh my god, look at that. Oh yeah.
No.
Yeah. Um yeah, those are great. Those are good cursive italics. Yep. Yeah, so that's what it is. You guys have any more questions? Julia, any thoughts you want to close with?
I had a good time, and I'm glad that I got to meet you, and that was fun, and I'm glad that you got some cool stuff.
Yeah, you held my hand through some
Jeez.
things, right? Because they were new to me.
We did good, we did good.
Yeah. So did not overspend, maybe a little.
Did not overspend.
I mean, gotta plan better though for the next time. Like I didn't, yeah, it was just you learn. Yay.
Hey, Corolla.
Yes. I'm
And
kind of salty that the main event did not come up here. What's his name? Bart. Bart was a big part of our experience this year.
he's just any pin show, hang out with Bart.
He's fun. He's well meaning.
Yes,
Sometimes
he's
he overshares. Aw. There you go. Yeah, no, I was thinking I'm gonna meet you, but yeah, I didn't hear from you, so I figured you're not gonna come out. Oh, everyone's into Bart. All right, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out.
Yeah.
And yes, great to see you too, Ben. And I hope to do this again at some point.
Yay! I'll try to do more lives. I'm terrified of them, but they're always a good time.
All right, you guys.
Bye.
Bye.